and salutations, and welcome to the Rant Squad. I am the Water Dog. This is
Jordan.
And this is
Menard.
And we are going to be doing our game picks for you for week 13. Brother, and it's going to be a good week too, man. There's a lot of good games coming up here. But let's look at our standings right now, and Clint is still at the top by one game. He's 50 and 22. I am 49 and 23, and Brendan's just right behind that at 47-25. So it's a very, very, very tight race. This is going to come down probably to the last week, brother. Going down to the last week. But we're going to get things started here with some big games. So the first one we got on the slate, this is a Thanksgiving Day game, brother. Chicago at Detroit. And you already know where I'm going to stand. I've been saying this all year. I'm never picking against the Lions all year. It's Detroit. I think I've said enough about that. Brendan?
I think when you look at this game over the past couple of weeks, I don't think the question is Detroit going to win? I think the question is, can Chicago cover the spread? That's the real important question here. Detroit's going to win this game. By how many points, I have no idea, but they're going to win it.
All right. Clint?
I mean, I'm on the train. I'm on Detroit, right? I mean, it's the steel.
The Bears, like we got up a game.
It's the steel city. I mean,
But they would lose when he picked the Bears.
Probably that's true. That's probably what happened.
So no, I did kind of want to pick, but I was like, no. I looked at it. It's the only game that I see. And, you know, I can't remember the last time that we had a Thanksgiving game with Detroit. There was just so much energy and excitement. Chicago, though, I thought they played a really valiant game against Minnesota. They didn't give up. That was what impressed. You know, I feel like they've been on such a just downturn since that Hail Mary against Washington, and it has completely fallen apart. But Caleb Williams kept his cool. I thought he did a good job this past Sunday bringing them back and getting into overtime against Minnesota. I think this is actually going to be a good game. I really do. I think this ends up being a game where Detroit etches it out by about a field goal. I really do. I think this is one of those like almost upset. Like it's just I could see it. You know, Detroit maybe looking. It's a short week. Maybe they look past them a little bit.
That's the thing. That's the thing. That's why I will say, you know, it would not surprise me if Chicago can win simply because it is going to be a short week. It is a holiday, game. But one thing about Detroit, man, they just don't take these games for granted. I mean, their head coach.
They don't, but man, I feel like Houston gave a really good recipe to try to beat Detroit. It's shut down on Monroe. It is. If you can shut down on Monroe, and really Indianapolis did a good job of this past week. Indianapolis just couldn't capitalize on red zone and scoring. And Detroit, David Montgomery, I saw he got.
I don't think he's going to play. I think he's going to sit out this game. So it's a short week, and so it's going to be gives.
I see the line for Chicago to go in there and upset them. I don't think they will, but I see the line.
No, this is Thanksgiving. They got their Campbell's kneecap soup getting ready for the after party. They're going to win that game.
All righty, here we go. Now, this one is probably the game I want to watch more than any other game. Surprising. And that's Miami at Green Bay. So I've already set the record dial on this game right here because I think since Tua's come back, the Dolphins have looked like the best team in the last 3 weeks. I mean, you just look at that team. That team's just shining, and they're going against the Green Bay team right now that really had a good victory this past week. Yeah, that was a good win for them. They're playing at home. Man, something tells me Miami. I just think Miami's going to win. I just feel it. I just feel like this is a team that is on an up. It's on a high, and I just don't know if they're going to have all the answers for all the things offensively that Miami can do. So I'm going to go Miami. Brendan, who you got?
So in this game, I'm going Miami as well. I disagree. The Packers had a good win last week. I think I picked against them last week. If Brock Purdy plays, that's not the game we saw. None of us knew Brock Purdy wouldn't play when we played.
No, but I mean, you also got to credit them because they put the hammer to that offense. I mean, the defense for the Packers stepped up. They did what they needed to do.
Well, they were playing a backup quarterback.
That's what you do with a backup quarterback.
So they did what they should have done. But my thing is, I didn't like Green Bay last week. I thought against a really good team. I don't like them this week. I think Miami's a really good team. I agree with all your points. And I don't think, unless surprisingly on Friday night Tua's out for the game, the Dolphins are going to win this game.
All right.
Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to look up the weather in Green Bay, Wisconsin this week. Unfortunately, I can't find it. You know what? I was gonna take Miami, but the heck with that. I'm taking Green Bay. This is gonna be. It's in Green Bay. It's gonna be in the cold. Miami is a Dolphin. They're gonna be shrimped out of water. Green Bay's winning this game.
All righty. I don't argue with any of that. I just got this inkling. I just got a feeling that Tua's trying to right the ship on these cold weather games too. I think he's got a lot of pride and ego about that. But let's do it to it. This is another good game right here. Los Angeles Chargers, San Diego, and the Atlanta Falcons. And this is going to be a home game. Falcons coming off of a bye. They have had it handed to them for the last couple of weeks. This is a team that needs to right the ship. And so to me, I feel like this is a must-win game for them. Because if they can't win this game, then I feel confident that the Buccaneers are going to
inch back in.
Are going to run right back in there. So this is a must-win game for Atlanta. You've got the bye week. You are at home. You should win this game. I'm going to go Falcons.
I wanted to pick Atlanta for all the reasons you just said. I'm going with the Chargers simply because every time I pick Atlanta, I say that this is a must-win. This is the game they should win. They don't show up. They score 6 points, and Kirk Cousins looks horrible. And so it's kind of like earlier in the year, I'm picking Kansas City if somebody beats them. I'm picking against Atlanta so they can show me that they can show up and play every year.
All right, Clint?
That's fair. Man, I waffle. And really what hurts is we don't know. We're recording this before the Chargers and Baltimore Ravens game. And I feel like that, I don't know why. I just feel like whatever the result of that game is for the Chargers, that's what's going to happen in Atlanta. I feel like if they beat the Ravens, they're going to be riding that high. They're going to really get that confidence booster. I feel like if they lost, they might hang low a little bit. It's a really, really tough game. But in the end, I had the Chargers making the playoffs. I'm going to stick with my pick. I think the Chargers are going to go in here. I think they're going to play smash mouth football. But Atlanta coming off the bye, that will be the key. If they win, it's because they prepped right on the bye.
There you go. All righty. Now, Tony, this is a good slate of games this week coming up. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. And if the Bengals are ever going to want to crawl back in it, they have got to win every game the rest of the way. And they're going to have 2 against the Steelers, and this is the first one right here. So, man, Steelers coming off that loss against Cleveland, they're going to have the extra 3-day to prep. We talked about that. When Tomlin gets extra days, he is almost unbeatable on extra day prep. Pittsburgh Steelers. That's what I got. Brendan?
I don't have my terrible towel to give the Pittsburgh Steelers in this game. I think we're going to play really good defense. Everything you said about Tomlin. And Cincinnati, I just, because there was the one week they blew up offensively, and the very next week they didn't look the same. And I just think Pittsburgh, they understand they're fighting with Baltimore really right now. For that, they're going to win this game.
All right, Clint?
I said at the beginning of the season, Pittsburgh Steelers are contenders. Cincinnati Bengals should win. They got the bye. They're winning. T. Higgins is going to come in. It's going to be a smash mouth, low scoring game. Bengals are going to win it, dang it. They're my Super Bowl pick, and I'm sticking to them. Yeah. Don't tell me I'm not committed.
You can't say he ain't got faith.
That's right.
That's one thing you can say.
Clint found religion.
With the Bengals.
It's a terrible team to find religion. Hey, half my Super Bowl looks good. It's just the other half that looks a little foggy.
Oh, man. Not my Super Bowl ticket. My Super Bowl ticket is looking still good. All right, here we go. Man, some good games. Arizona at Minnesota. Arizona coming off a horrible loss. The Vikings coming up with an overtime win. It was a really good game for Sam Darnold because he needed another really good game. And so not only does he have a good game, but he also then gets that game-winning drive. He's 6 for 6 in overtime. That was
he tied his career for most wins in the season.
Yeah. So that was just an impressive stance. They're playing in Minnesota, so I got to go Vikings. Vikings. Brendan, who you got?
When I first looked at this game, I kind of thought Arizona, right? Because they've been up and down team.
Would it be different if Arizona had won this week?
Yes, I do.
Would we look at them different?
I would.
For me, no.
I would.
And my reasoning with this is because even when Sam Darnold plays horrible, they find ways to win. Remember the Jacksonville game? he did not look pretty. And so I think even when they play bad outside of the Detroit game, and I think there's another that's eluding me right now, they find ways to win the game. I think they get the running game going. Really is going to open it up. I think they got a good coach. They're at home. Give me the Vikings to find a way to win a close game.
All right, Clint.
So I'm also going to pick the Vikings, but yes, no. If Kyler and the Cardinals had won, Kyler is a streaky quarterback. You look, when he gets hot and he's on, he is on. And I think this is going to come back and bite him, having the loss last week. I think it's going to carry over.
Did the bye hurt them because they were on that 4-game winning streak? So maybe taking that week off, and you lost your momentum and you lost your mojo, and you're coming off of a loss.
Normally it doesn't happen, but it might have. They've got a lot of things that they need to figure out. What they need to do is run James Conner. Just run James Conner, and they can win. But we'll see. I digress.
All righty. Hey, Philadelphia at Baltimore, and this is going to be the game of the big dogs, brother. This is going to be one of those smash mouth games. And right now, if I'm saying who smashes harder than any other team, I gotta say it's the Philadelphia Eagles. I just think offensively and defensively right now they are coming to play. The offensive line for the Eagles, despite not having Kelsey, they have looked tremendous. I mean, the great thing about watching Barkley is that if I'm Saquon Barkley, coming from the New York Giants to the Philadelphia Eagles, and actually have a hole to run through. You know what I'm saying? A hole. Because if you watch the game, he's got holes.
What's that? And you look, I think a big key is the Eagles' offensive line. They're so good at hitting that first block, getting to the secondary, and getting that second block, and that's what springs
receivers block.
Also,
yes,
AJ Brown.
So if you watch the Eagles, you watch their receivers make blocks.
Yeah.
And so that's how you get past the second tier, is when your receivers are blocking. That you got a good running game when the receivers are blocking.
I think we have the two MVP candidates, and I would love to see Derrick Henry or Saquon Barkley win the MVP this year, and I think this is
this could be the game.
This could be the game.
But I got to go Eagles. I just think they're playing better football right now, so I'm going to go Philadelphia.
Yeah, I agree with Clint 100%. I think this is the game I'm ready to watch. To me, the two MVP is Barkley or Henry. Fortunately, it's not going to go to them. We can already say it's going to be a quarterback. It will be. Okay, after Cooper Kupp had his season and then McCaffrey had hit, and they still didn't get it. But I think about this, I like the Ravens at home. I like Harbaugh as a head coach a lot better. So give me the Baltimore Ravens to win this game.
All right, Clint?
I'm on the Ravens as well.
Woo!
Yes.
Against your team?
I know.
Ain't that your Super Bowl pick?
That is my Super Bowl
What
pick.
the heck?
I know. So I think this is a game. So Philly's been really building. They've been really building. I think this is a potential for a one last little knockdown, and this will set them up for their Super Bowl run. Listen, you can lose 3 games and they're going to be fine. Lose 3 in a season. I just think Baltimore, they're going to play really well tonight, and I think Baltimore, they play big games, they play them well. I think John Harbaugh is going to want to come out and win. I think this is going to be a Derrick Henry versus Saquon Barkley kind of matchup, and it's in Baltimore. I'm not worried about Philly long term. I just think something tells me I think Baltimore is going to have the edge here. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong as heck. I hope Philly comes out and absolutely smashes the Baltimore Ravens. But Lamar plays big in big moments. This is a star-studded game. It's going to be a really, really good one. But if Philly wants a chance at the #1 seed, they have to win this game.
Who's got a better defense right now?
Oh, Philly.
Okay. Philadelphia. Who's got a better offense right now?
Ooh. More complete?
With or
Ravens.
without
more complete?
I think the Ravens have a more
So you
complete
think the Ravens
offense.
have better receivers? You think they've got a better tight end than the Philadelphia Eagles right now?
Oh, yeah, they have a better tight end.
Anybody know the last time Mark Andrews showed up to the stadium?
Yeah, I know.
For a Ravens
That's
game?
Okay.
Listen, I think the running backs are equal. I think the offensive line, you give the edge to the Eagles. I think the quarterback, you give the edge to the Ravens. I think the tight end, for me, tight end still goes to Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely. Is better than Dallas Goedert in the backup. And then the receivers, I think, are a tie.
I think it comes down to coaching in this matchup.
Sure. These are 2 really, really close, really good teams.
Teams, yes. I think when it comes down to coaching, I give it to Harbaugh, and solely because I know he will not cost his team the game. They might run a bad play, but he's not going to go for it on fourth or challenge this wrong play here, burn a timeout here, go for two here. Harbaugh's not going to. His team will not lose the game on a decision he made like that.
All right.
We'll see. It's going to be a good
right.
game.
This game's going to be won or lost in the secondary. That to me is the key, and I think the Eagles have the advantage when it comes to that position on the offensive and defensive side of football. I don't think that there's a single Raven defender that can cover it.
No, hey, I think AJ Brown will go down as one of the. He was never considered the best at any point, but he's one of the. I mean, he's the most pure receiver in the NFL. For me.
I agree with you kind of on that point. They'll double cover him. How many possessions do you think Philly gets? Or do you think Baltimore just plays keep away with Henry? It slows this game down, and Philly doesn't get that many possessions. Because then really 2, 3 and outs can hurt you if you're only getting a handful.
Yeah, but the shoe's on the other foot because I just don't see the Ravens slowing down the Eagles offensively. I think that Jalen Hurts is, the combination of being able to have Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley is just the same as it is to have Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Although I do think between the two running backs, the ones you have more versatility with is Saquon Barkley.
I agree.
Because he is faster, quicker. You can get him out into the flat better.
Yes,
He's gonna, the screen pass works better with Saquon Barkley over Derrick Henry.
But you cannot undervalue Derrick Henry in the fourth quarter.
No, you can't.
Because he gets stronger. And he's a lot harder to stop.
And you can.
It's going to be a great slate of games this week.
All righty, gang. Well, that's our picks. That's our picks, brother. We've been the Red Squad, not the Water Dog. This is.
But Jordan.
This is. The gang, we are out of